Hey man, what's up? I'm not feeling good this morning. I got it coming out of both ends. I'm not gonna be able to make it today. I just don't feel good. I know it's Friday. I'm sorry. It's just I just don't want to make everybody sick in the office, man. Oh, okay. I'll see you Monday. I appreciate it. All right, bye. Race car time. Okay, he wasn't too mad at me, so I think I'll have a job still on Monday. We'll see. We're gonna get a lot done on Randy's car today. Gonna try to finish it up. About to go ahead and bolt the heads on it now. Gonna do a tech video in here as well. Gonna show you guys how we adjust the rocker arms. There's several techniques on how to do it. I'm gonna show you the way we do it that we have found to be the quickest and the most reliable. Hopefully we're gonna get it at the end of this video today. We're gonna see the car fire up and get heat in the heads, fire in the hole, fire in the motor, whatever you call it, out the exhaust, something. I just don't want to be able to breathe. I want to be able to breathe the methanol fumes later and get gagged. Well, not really, but that's what it feels like. All right, y'all stay tuned. Torquing the heads down. I did the other side. Notice how he's having to push it. I was able to pull it. It's a little easier for me. His car, he gets the hard side, right? These valve springs are very aggressive. They have a lot of seat pressure and a lot of open pressure. Another thing with the supercharger, this engine opens the exhaust valve very early. So there's a lot of cylinder pressure trying to get out. So we want to make the valves as strong as possible. And this is the valve train we're going to be sticking on it. Jezel rocker arms. Got good lifters, got the bigger lifters with the bigger diameter roller. Randy does a good job of, when he pulls his apart, he lays it out in the order it come off. It just makes it a little easier, little less complicated going back on. Some people just throw everything in a box. I'm generally one of those people, but it takes me about twice as long to get my stuff back together. So this is a good practice to, pay attention when you're taking it apart and make sure that you lay it out so it can go back together the way it's supposed to. Because push rod links are different on this one. Shims are different. Some have shims, some don't. In a lot of cases, even the rocker arms are different. All right, here you go. We got the stands on the heads. So now we're going to start installing the rocker arms. Also already in there, we've got the lifters in. Something else that is very helpful, these two buttons on the firewall, those are starter buttons. It just allows you to run through the valves easily, a little bit quicker. You don't have to have two people. It just makes it a little easier. Okay, so we got it on top dead center. We're doing number one here. There's a couple ways you can adjust the rocker arms. If you roll the motor over every 90 degrees and follow the firing order, that cylinder will be on top dead center on the power stroke. So both of the lifters should be down and both of the valves should be closed. Important too. If you try to put the rocker arms on with the lifters up like this, it's probably going to damage the rocker arm. So make sure they're always down on the base circle when you're installing them. It's much easier to put the push rods in with the intake off and the lifter valley tray out. You can see these have an offset. It's kind of hard to see, but the intake is really offset. So you always want to make sure the push rod is in the cup. The motor currently has 7/16 push rods. They taper down into the lifter and up at the rocker arm. Engine builder Chris Idell is thinking about trying to put some 1/2 inches in there, and you can see most of them have plenty of room. There's a couple of them that are a little tight, so I don't know, the head will have to be ground and clearanced. That is an example of one right there that would need to be clearanced. You can barely, the 7/16 one barely fits through there. All aluminum heads, aluminum blocks. So we're going to do the lash cold at 8 thousandths, and then it will expand up to about 20 or so. Then it's important to check it when it's warm, when the motor's hot, just to see what it is. And of course you want to go through the valve train fairly frequently. It seems like with this blower car, about every pass, the valve covers need to come off. So Randy's been working hard. I've been sitting here chilling with my feet up. He's got all the rockers adjusted. Now he's cleaning the valley tray. So I mean, I'm just hanging out, feet propped up, taking a break. But I've not been doing anything. They're all on. So we got all these down over here. So going back the way I was talking about adjusting the valves, we just go down the line. When the exhaust valve starts to open, you adjust the intake valve. And when the intake valve starts to close, you adjust the exhaust valve. So that's very important. The goal is to be on the base circle of the camshaft of whichever lobe you're on. So here we are bumping it over. We're going to adjust the intake valve on this one. The exhaust is to the front, so the intake valve is the second one. So we're going to just bump it. Bump. The exhaust valve is beginning to open. So now we're going to adjust the intake valve. So I've got my filler gauge. You want a little resistance, but you don't want it to be too tight or too loose. The goal is to have them consistent. So that one is good and correct. Bump, bump. Now the intake valve is coming up. Bump it very gently. Now we're at max lift and it's starting to go back down. Going down. Now it's all the way down, so it's too far. So I gotta go back around again. So it's up, it's on the way back down. So now you're gonna that's a good spot right there. So now you're gonna grab your feeler gauge. And that one's a little loose. So I'm gonna tighten this one back up. Okay, so now this one is adjusted. And if I get my feeler gauge in there, it's got a little bit of tension, goes in and out easily though. You hold the Allen, and while you're holding the Allen screw, you tighten the 12.7/16. All right, valve adjustment made easy. Just remember, very important. Exhaust valve open, intake valve close. As the exhaust valve begins to open, you adjust the intake valve. As the intake valve begins to close and is almost closed, then you adjust the exhaust valve. All right, guys, if you have any questions, let me know. Getting close now. Fix up at the blower on it and fire it up. All right, gonna prime the fuel pump. All right, we're about to get fire in the hole. All right, try it. doggy. I can't hear and I can't breathe. This methanol is rough. Fire in the hole. What do you think, Randy? We made it.
We got it.
It's race day, officially, since it's after 12 o'clock.
Is it race day?
It's day number 6, I think. All right, we'll shoot another video tomorrow.
Nice.
Good job.